Oh, good morning. All right, this says I'm live. Having internet problems for a hotel here this morning. I was trying to get into Hardee, or yeah, Hardee's YouTube, and it said it was a bad IP. Give me an error, and I looked it up. 429, I think it was, four something, and it meant that there was too much activity or something from this IP address. Maybe that's from me streaming yesterday morning. I don't know. Anyway, Sunday morning. What is it? November 3rd. November 3rd. And it's clock changing morning. You wake up, you're at least in the United States, most of the United States, it's state by state. Most of the United States, your clock on your microwave oven will be off by an hour. It'll say, let's see, it'll say six something, and it's really five something. And probably you woke up early because you're used to it. Let me see here, share my link. Oh, what does that mean? Yeah, well, anyway, share my link. I'm working on it. I was trying it with my laptop and that didn't work because my all right. Copy the link. Copy. Go to YouTube. Where are you, YouTube? Go to YouTube. Find myself. Find myself. You, Chris. Ah, it says problem with the server, error 429. I'll try it on my laptop. Oh no, I don't think I can do that either. The only way I know how to get out of this is if I drop the hotel Wi-Fi, and I don't know if StreamYard will survive that. Well, we could try it. Drop the Wi-Fi. This is so bizarre. So StreamYard will work when I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi, but YouTube will not. Oh, but now YouTube is. Mm. Oh, there we go. That worked. All right. I went and bought a microphone, so I hope you're hearing me better this morning. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out how to. Well, I can't edit. It's live stream. If you're out there at all, I apologize. I'm having technical difficulties. My um, cell phone. I bought a microphone, so I want to use my cell phone. And yeah, oh well, here it is. You can see it. Um, this rig should work better. There's a Target just down the way from the hotel. Went down and bought this thing. I spent $7 on it, so I sure hope it works. um, but my cell phone, when I try to go to YouTube with my cell phone through the hotel Wi-Fi, it gives me a 429 error, which is like a too much usage kind of a thing. But I can get to StreamYard, so I'm not sure that this is streaming, but I'm pretty sure it's streaming. Um, and I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. Sunday morning. So here we are with the uh, Friday morning nameless substitute, the faux Friday morning nameless stream on Sunday morning. I have no idea if there'll be anybody. Hey, it says there's somebody watching. I wonder if that's true. It might be one of my multiple efforts to try to get in. Um, yeah. Anyway. Oh, it's streaming. Oh, thank you, Upcycle. I appreciate that. Um, it's good to know. I did I did post the link. Did the link show up? Give me a thumbs up or something if the link showed up. If not, I'll try to see if I can make that happen. But I hope I don't have to go through that again because I had to leave StreamYard and go to YouTube and then drop off the Wi-Fi and come back. Anyway, it was a mess. So I'm not sure if I could do it again. But good morning, Sunday morning here. We've just finished our. This is the day where we change our clocks back in many states in the United States for daylight savings time, and so we got an extra hour of sleep. In theory, usually it just means I wake up even earlier than I usually wake up, and it's still dark out. I'm in a hotel in Loveland, Colorado, where I'm for a few days visiting the children and my daughter and her family, including a couple grandkids, one of whom's having a birthday today. So we're going to have birthday cake and open presents and things like that. And we'll see how that goes. Um, the, uh, the point of my uh, streams is kind of as a placeholder to some degree, not completely, but kind of a placeholder for the Friday morning nameless streams that Chad does. Chad, the girl dad, Chad, the alcoholic. Chad has many faces these days. Um, most anyway, I won't go there. Um, the uh, so we have this time of day where we know there's an audience, people want to get together and kind of get in a little bit of encouragement for the starting of the day. His pattern is that he reads a little bit from the 12 steps or the 12 traditions or the Alcoholics Anonymous information, which is we've been learning a little bit in other areas of the this little corner of the internet that the Alcoholics Anonymous was kind of a distillation of Christian tradition and theology, and but it removes some of the um, it makes it more accessible to people who don't like organized religion, would be the way I would say it. It makes it more accessible, and it kind of generic. It makes it kind of generic in the access, I would say, not generic in the not so much generic in the patterns, but more in the access, and which is I'm not even sure if what I'm saying is necessarily true. Um, oh, okay. So there's no link. Well, I don't know what happened to the link. I may try to do the link thing again. When I try to do the link thing, then I end up losing my audio. I don't think I can do. I have my laptop here, but I don't think I can do the link with my laptop because I'd have to like email it to myself or something, which maybe I should try. So me getting on is the idea of well, one of the features of Chad's thing, I was into that, and I should continue that thought, is he gives a little talk, kind of a little go for the day, here's what we're after. Um, his morning constitutional to get his thinking right for the day, which is an AA thing and a good thing. And then he sometimes plays a little music and sometimes talks about what he's doing for the day. And then he opens it up and people will get on, and then there'll be chat in the typing. There'll be comments in the typing, and sometimes people will get into really conversations with multiple people, and and then he may have someone on. He opens up the live stream so that someone can get on, and then they might have conversations, Chad and that person, and usually it's usually it's very interesting. Um, I think it is, but it's nice just to touch base with somebody at the beginning of the day. But his schedule is such that you don't know which days he's going to be on. And so what I thought was I would make the spot be inhabited more or less every morning. I'm not sure I'm going to do it every morning or for how long, but I thought, okay, the days that I know that Chad doesn't do it, then then I would get on if I can. And then that would make a spot. So if somebody wants to get on and get together, well, we're starting from scratch. And so yesterday I did this. I had one person who viewed it. I have a little eye there and it's got a number and it says that there's one viewer now. Um, so you probably won't have much of a chat. Although I had a back and forth a little bit with the person who was on yesterday. That was McMo. Um, yeah. Oh, thank you. Well, see, now you and I are having a conversation. Um, the and the picture that I had in my mind, you get this thing. I don't know if they have Hardee's. Hardee's is like a McDonald's or a Wendy's. It's a fast food chain, KFC, and I don't know if Hardee's is outside of the United States. And in fact, Hardee's is one of the lower down in the fast food uh, level of fast food life than like McDonald's or Wendy's or one of the bigger ones. Um, but you'll get this. There's kind of this thing where old guys will have coffee at Hardee's. At least that's been a thing that I show up in my life. It's like, oh yeah, these old guys meet for coffee at Hardee's. I don't know why it's Hardee's. It's just a thing. You can meet for coffee at McDonald's, but it's just so coffee at Hardee's. That's where I get my title from. Sunday morning at virtual Hardee's, and who knows what these old guys talk about when they meet at Hardee's for coffee. Mostly, it's just yeah, I'm still alive. I didn't pass away overnight, or whatever. Just checking in, and McMo was, talking about, well, back and forth in the chat. When he gets old, he wants to be one of the coffee at Hardee's guys. Well, the whole point of it is somebody has to start it. You have to do it, and then if somebody comes or doesn't come or whatever, it's like, oh, well, whatever. I'm having coffee at Hardee's, and if you want, come and get your coffee at Hardee's, and we'll sit and talk about our ailments or our challenges for the day, that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know why women don't do coffee at Hardee's, or maybe they do, and I just don't know about it because I'm not in that circle. But old guys, coffee at Hardee's, that's the thing. I put a thumbs up there, but it wasn't in range. Um, where the women go for their coffee at Hardee's, I don't know, and I don't want to crash their party because me being there would just ruin their fellowship. Although even the word fellowship, I don't know how you how you make that generic for both sexes. Um, so anyway, galship, galship, maybe, I'm not sure. Where they do their thing, if they do their thing, not my part. So I don't play that role. Um, well, let's see. What did we do yesterday? I don't have the AA stuff, and I probably should come up with some kind of a traditional, you know, read a thought or whatever. But I haven't got that far yet. Um, so um, yeah, I don't know. I have no inspirational literature to present to you. Um, the StreamYard here says live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Tap on a comment to show it on screen. Oh, okay. Now I've becoming I know how to do it. I'll tap on this comment. There it is. Cool. I like it. Um, coffee while playing backgammon. That's cool. That's cool. Um, Although there's competition. There might be competition to coffee for playing at Hardee's too. I don't know, but backgammon, that brings in a game, and so then there's like a hierarchy and things like that. But even just drinking coffee at Hardee's, there's probably a game and hierarchy going on. People are complicated in that way. Um, so even just a little bit of banter or groaning about your tennis elbow or whatever involves gaming in all sorts of different ways, which might get us into some of the other things going on in this little corner. There's some gaming going on, I think, um, in a form, not in an unserious form. I don't want to make light of that, but so anyway, traditions build, and the uh, somebody has to start, and so I'm starting, and we'll see if it goes on, and or even just planting the idea. I kind of do that in my actual life, especially in virtual life. I have meetings at work. I work remotely, and so I'll have Zoom meetings. They're not on Zoom; they're on Microsoft Teams. Um, but it's like sometimes I'll ask a question, even if I know the answer to the question. Most of the people I work with are much younger than I am. They're in their 20s and 30s. Most of them men. We're all doing software engineering. Most of them are on site working together, and they see each other. In fact, they're in kind of small cubicles, and so they see each other, really pretty close quarters. And I'm working from my house, and I'm 600 miles away. So I'm an unusual person. I keep my camera on in Teams. The other ones, they don't have their camera on. Um, I'm older. I have gray hair, and that my presentation is different because of that. People assume that I know something, and maybe I do. I don't know, but gray hair kind of comes with a gravitas to a certain degree it's unearned because you don't know. It's just an appearance, just like if you've got a beard or you don't have a beard, or you have lots of hair and you comb it or you don't comb it or whatever. Um, but I appear in I appear to have somewhat visual gravity. And so, anyway, what I'm trying to say is I will do things that to use the tools that I have. So, there's some gaming going on there. But, like, I'll ask a question, this guy will be rambling on about something, and I'll say something obvious like, I don't know, "Eh, have you tried this on the older model or whatever? And, or does this work in our version control system? Or, and it might even be uh, we'll get in a meeting and no one will say anything because the guy who's supposed to be running the meeting isn't there. So there's 10 people sitting there, and we're all just kind of, well, their icons are there, but I'm just sitting there with my face and I'm not doing anything. And so I'll just say something like, oh, I watched this TV show last night. And once I start talking and say something banal or stupid or whatever, then the meeting starts, and it's like somebody will pick up the leadership, and we'll make progress. And it's like somebody has to jump in. That was the point of all this regression, was somebody has to jump in. So I'm jumping in and making these morning things. And I don't know if Sunday is a day. Sunday is a day that's supposed to be a special day. Well, it could be Saturday too in your tradition. So there are all sorts of special days. But yeah, I'm at this hotel. I have nothing else to do, so I'll get on in the morning. Happy Chad Day without Chad, and we can do whatever kind of Chadish things we want to do, or something totally different, or you can go watch cat videos or whatever. So, but that's the idea. We're doing kind of the Friday morning nameless, but Chad's not here. Although if he comes, he's welcome. Oh, let's see. Now we have two listeners. Now let's see. I don't know if I really want to try to dive into getting back to. Oh, thank you. Oh, unhighlight. Oh, wow. Thank you. Yay. See, you're helping me, and we are having a conversation. Um, I don't know if I would like to drop the link, but I don't know if I can do it without dropping the stream. So I'm going to try that. I hit the guest thing. I say invite guests. I do copy. Now my problem was at this hotel. If I stay on the Wi-Fi, YouTube was saying YouTube was overused or something. It was giving me a 429 error, and I looked that up, and it said that it's kind of a like too much traffic from this IP address or something. And so I couldn't go directly to YouTube, but I'll try that. Now if I drop it, no, I don't drop. If I did this yesterday, and it froze my video, but you can still hear the audio while I'm talking. So I'll try to keep talking so you'll know that I'm still here and I haven't froze up or something like that. Okay, so here we go. There we go. I got back. I think I'm back, but I failed on dropping the link because YouTube on the uh, you've heard me say this probably multiple times now, but in case I really froze up, YouTube for my hotel is giving me the 429 error, so I failed again in dropping the link. So I don't know what I can do for you. We won't do this for a long, long time. Oh, okay. So the games. I had mentioned games. Yeah, the screen froze. We couldn't hear you. Sorry about that. Oh, there's some drama in TLC land, and I talked about that a little bit, and I did it in a kind of a generic way. But I forgot I was going to tell some allegorical stories, and McMo was asking me about the stories, but I had forgotten one of them. And the one I forgot was about R.C. Sproul and Francis Schaeffer. So I like R.C. Sproul. He's died now. He's gone. Um, he's a reformed theologian and had been a pastor at one time, I think. Anyway, I read a book about him. I would watch videos mostly. I've never seen the guy. I never met him. But I'd watch videos and hear sermons that were podcasty kind of things. R.C. Sproul enjoyed what he was doing, um, and so I got this book, and I forget if it was before or after he actually passed away. I think it was before. It was a biography of R.C. Sproul, and I read it, and he was talking about his early days and ministries that he was in and people he worked with and stuff like that. And for a while, he worked with Francis Schaeffer. Well, Francis Schaeffer I knew from reading his book Knowing God, and I read that in high school, and I thought it I thought it was very impressive, and it really helped me think about some topics. And I'm nothing more than an armchair theologian, and so I don't really get into it, but I'm interested. And so I'm reading this book, R.C. Sproul, and he's doing things with Francis Schaeffer. It's like, oh, that's cool. I know two of these names, and people that they say things that I am impressed with. Or, excuse me, got a frog in my throat, so I'm croaking. Hope that doesn't sound too terrible over the my microphone. Um, and Okay, so I'm in the book, and then he gets in some crossways with Francis Schaeffer about some, they were like, it was like if they were going to sign this statement. There was some statement that came out about some theological issue, and like RC wanted to sign or did sign it, but Francis Schaeffer didn't. Well, I think it was the other way around. I think Sproul decided that this was somehow tainted or wrong or whatever. But then Francis Schaeffer did sign it, and it was like, oh no, pearl clutching. I don't have any pearls on, and so there was some falling out between Francis Schaeffer and R.C. Sproul. And okay, so I'm reading this. What does that mean to me? Well, the bottom line is, it really doesn't improve what I think about Francis Schaeffer or R.C. Sproul. It doesn't. When McMo and I were doing this, oh, thank you. Um, when McMo and I were having this conversation yesterday, mostly me, but him having some things in. I was talking about the kerfuffle just a little bit in TLC, which I'd rather not talk about, but except for I want to do this my parable. Um, he said, when mom and dad fight, the kids just get upset. They don't know what the argument's about. They just get upset. And the R.C. Sproul, Francis Schaeffer, same thing. You get authorities or people you're looking up to, or in the TLC case, people who are really active and have interesting things to say, and then they start butting heads in some kind of strange way. And the people who are like wandering by or wandering through or even are invested in it are like the kids when the parents are fighting. It's like, I don't even know what this is about, and I don't like it. And it's counterproductive if you're wanting to be attractive. Now, it may be worthwhile and it may be imposed on you. I think, yeah, it may be, unavoidable. Um, and it may be good in some way. I don't know, but cleansing, because I know I've had back and forth conversations in a vigorous way with my wife that my children would probably say, we didn't enjoy that, but it was very necessary. And it's like, plug your ears, kids. We're going to have a talk. Uh, so it's anyway. That was my parable about the TLC kerfuffle. Is that my R.C. Sproul and Francis Schaeffer, and I'm just one of the kids going, okay. uh, hopefully the dust will settle. And this is like round three in this particular kerfuffle, and at least that I know about. And a kerfuffle and gobbledygook, two. Yeah, that's right. Uh, uh, it's a what I don't know how to say onomatopoeia or whatever. It's a kind of word that sounds like what it's saying, and kerfuffle is like if you have two kids trying to pretend like they're having a fight and they kick the dirt, and whatever. It's a kerfuffle. Yeah. So that's what's going on in TLC. So if you run into TLC stuff today, yesterday, or tomorrow, or the last 2 or 3 days, about half of the stuff will be like, oh, I disagree with this and I agree with that, and oh, this guy, he's acting funny, but he's really a nice guy, or or soothing each other, in certain ways, and okay, well, whatever. Uh, that's fine. But it's kind of a distraction from what I really want to know. But some things sometimes this is necessary, I guess, for the cleansing of the palate or something. I'm not sure exactly what. So anyway, that kind of thing. Just hold on, or just watch cat videos for a couple days and come back, and there'll be more. Hey, Mark S is on there. Yeah, good morning, Mark S. I was just watching a little bit of Mark P's thing, and you were there when he was filling out his ballot and stuff. But I didn't watch the 3 hours of it, and I don't think I will. Uh, the ballot filling out thing was going to be too traumatic for me. So yeah, yeah, I can't even see it, but you wrote it. Wow, you can spell it. I can't even say it. Impressive. So um, yeah, so good morning from the old guys Hardee's group on Sunday. Um, I hope you all are having a good day. I was reading. I can do a inspirational. I can say an inspirational thing. We're doing. My wife and I do a little reading in the mornings. Not every morning, but we do when we sit down together for breakfast. And on those days that we do, yeah, making voting videos should be banned. That's why it's supposed to be in secret, right? It's like don't show me. Anyway, so when we sit down, we use a paper that comes in the flyer that comes from church. So we go to church. There's a bulletin, program. I don't know what other church traditions use, but we get a program that shows what's going to be the hymns we're singing and a place to write down notes about the sermon. And it'll have these things from Westminster Shorter Catechism, and and it's a little group of things to do Monday through Friday. Uh, um, family get family thoughts, and they've been doing it's like on a cycle, and cycle lasts like about 3 years, and they're starting over again, and we're doing 10 commandments now, and one of the commandments is the Sabbath day. And so we were reading in Exodus 20. I don't think we're doing the Sabbath day one right now. It takes a while to get through all of this, but they had us read the whole. I think we started the cycle again, so we read all the 10 commandments. And the Sabbath day one, I'm interested in creationism. I'm a creationist, kind of a literalist about it. And that's another mention of 6 day creation is when he talks about the Sabbath day. And I was looking, I've read this 100 times, but I was reading through, and he says because on the seventh day, then God rested. But he talks about 6 day creation. I'm like, yeah, yeah, 6 day creation. Pat myself on the back, and so anyway, and but I was thinking about, I like the 6 day creation, but I really don't do the Sabbath day very well. I really don't. And I kind of hang my hat on the hook that maybe I'm, a New Testament person and I don't have to worry about that so much. Well, yeah, but I really don't even put much effort into it. I do go to church, but then we go out to eat and buy our groceries. And so, yeah, no, I really don't do that very well. Um, so I've at least been trying to be more intentional in my not doing it very well. That it's supposed to be a special day. Now, my 7 is not. I cannot historically attach my 7 to the original Sabbath day because my calendar is messed up. The popes and whatever got together and took however many days out of the calendar in the 1500s or who knows what. Someone who's supposed to be checking the box for every day of the week, that was somebody's job, and they were sleeping one day and missed checking the box. I don't know. So I cannot. There's no apostolic succession for which day is the actual Sabbath day from the creation till now. Um, but that kind of misses the point. The point is to have the day that you say, yeah, okay, it's going to be a special day. So I hope your day is a special day. It says I've been talking for 34 minutes. I probably should shut up here pretty soon. Um, but even on the special day, we can get together for coffee at Hardee's and see how things are going to go. I hope you're able to get up and do your usual Sunday stuff, whether it's your Sabbath or not your Sabbath, and accomplish the things you want to accomplish. And if it is a special day, that you'll be able to participate in getting together and make things unusual enough that it will stand out as different. And that that's kind of a AA version of the various traditions of what we're doing here. Make it the Sabbath of your understanding. How's that sound? The Sabbath of your understanding. Whether that means going to church or playing golf or watching watching NFL where people bash their heads together, or what it is that'll be different than your normal thing. I feel bad for people who have to work 7 days a week, which I've lived in places where that was a thing, where where people had to make all their money in a limited like tourist season, and they were just banging and banging and banging and banging for 3 months or whatever, 6 months. That's not good. So hope you're not in that kind of spot. Going to the gym, then going to officially join this church. Ooh, that's cool. I will highlight that comment. I hope that works out well. And it's nice that I assume they'll do some kind of a here is Mark introduction. That would be good. Our church does that. They have a little meeting. You have to meet with the elders or whatever, people in charge. Make sure that you know what you're doing and what the obligations are supposed to be, which aren't difficult, not onerous. And then they have you stand up in front, and we actually do a little thing where there's like a question and answer of what you're saying you will do, and then they have one question that's to the congregation, where you're going to help this person be a part of the group, and it's good to have a little ceremony like that. If nothing else, then they'll know that you're you're there and you're new, and you've probably been hanging out there for a while anyway. But um, this church we're in now, yeah, you're welcome. The church that we're in now, my wife picked it out, and she joined right away. And it's a Presbyterian church, and I had not really been officially Presbyterian before. My most recent church before that was Southern Baptist, and then before that was other kinds of Baptist, I think. And so I had to make a transition. And Baptists don't do infant baptism, but Presbyterians do. At least the ones that I'm affiliated with now or member of do infant baptism. And I'm kind of like infant baptism. What's that? And I studied up on it, and I'm not sure that I particularly like. That wouldn't be my yeah, But then I'm not gonna pitch a fit about it. And the Baptists do infant dedication, and my wife says, "Well, it's just like infant dedication." And, well, okay, I'll go for that. And it took me a while, but I thought, okay, well, I should probably join this church since I've been going there for whatever. And eventually, I did. And so now that I'm a member, and I told them, well, I'm kind of squishy on infant baptism, and so like when they say, well, who wants to be in the line to be a work their way up to be an elder or trustee or whatever, deacons. And I said, well, I'm kind of squishy, so you should know I'm kind of squishy, and so they've kind of left my name out of that, and that's fine. Oh, Church of Christ, all right, very good. Um, and so they know I'm kind of squishy on certain things. Oh, I'm sure I'm squishy on a lot more than that, and they just don't know, and I probably don't know either. That I'm squishy in all sorts of ways, and so squishy is my middle name. Uh, so but they baptize people, they baptize kids up there, and I'm like, okay, well, we want it to turn out that way. So it's kind of aspirational. But if you get baptized when you're 35 or 50, it's still aspirational to a large degree, in my opinion. Some people, it's like, oh well, it's the seal of the seal of approval or whatever. Oh, whatever. Do whatever you want with that. See, now I'm wandering off into things I don't know, which I frequently do. All right, I've been talking for 40 minutes, and wow, I got four people involved, and see, you're talking amongst yourselves, and I'm going to close up shop. unless somebody says that they're having a big conversation. Infant baptism is one of those issues which people probably never agree on. Yeah, I think so. Not even the infant. Uh, so I think I'm going to close up shop. And if Chad usually is here on Monday. Well, he's not here, but he's in the Chad spot. And so we'll see if he is. And if I'm not around sometime, then oh, thank you. Yeah, have a great day. If I'm not around someday, then it gets to be the right time, then throw it open and do live stream, and maybe we'll find each other. And I will try to subscribe to Mark S and Upcycle. So if you do that, then I'll at least be aware that you did it, and we'll see. We'll see if things go. But have a good day. Now I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to push the end button, and then there's another button that says end stream. Goodbye.